Oh, Hershey. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scatter by Nature TV, and we're here for another review of Chasing LA. I did not review it last week for other reasons, but I'm reviewing it this week, okay? Now, before we get into this review, let's just say that this whole scene with Jayla and Alicia was long as fuck. They had the scene last week, it was long, and they got it again this week, and it's long again. So with that being said, I ain't talking about that damn scene. I don't care to talk about it. All they doing is talking about the other girls and the issues they got with the other girls. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Let's move on to something else. So Andre meets up, I guess he's working, I guess, and he's there with Amina Butterfly and April Jones of Love and Hip Hop fame or whatever, and he's talking to them about how he's in this group of guys and how none of them are on his level, and he wants to try to get to, like, listen, what's really funny to me is that I started off liking Andre. That's the sad part. I started off really liking Andre. I started off really rooting for Andre. But Andre has ruined his whole thing for me. Like, straight up. Like, he has ruined it for me. Like, he gives me this elitist, bullshit ass vibe, and I can't fuck with it. Ever since he made that remark about people throwing boxes at Amazon as if that's something to be ashamed of or something to look down on, like, I haven't been rocking with that ever since. Like I said on my last review, the show is called Chasing LA. You're chasing your dreams, and when you're chasing your dreams, sometimes you have to sacrifice and do certain things that you really wouldn't want to do. Like, one of my dreams is to be a media personality. I'm sitting up here on YouTube, and I do get paid to do YouTube, but I'm not at the level to where I can just quit my job and just do this full time. I do have to work my 9 to 5. Like, I do work at Kroger. I do work in the produce department. And I do, you know, I was a department manager at one point in time, but stepped down and I'm making more money than the damn department managers do because I've been there for 4 years. So with that being said, I'm not ashamed of anything because at the end of the day, I make decent money. All my bills are paid, and I can go wherever I want, and I can buy whatever I want, and still have money to pay my bills and still have money to put into this damn YouTube shit. So for you to sit up here and try to talk about people because they work at Amazon is really ridiculous. Everybody's shit don't start off the same type of way, and I'm pretty sure you've had humble beginnings yourself. So with that being said, I just don't like it. That shit right there really rubbed me the wrong way with Andre, period. I don't like that elitist ass shit. Stop acting like you didn't start from the bottom. You ain't always been here. Everybody starts from the bottom. Everybody does. Everybody does. Like, I don't like that shit. I don't like that judgmental ass bullshit. Certain people ain't on my level. Yeah. Like, stop. Like, just stop it. It's making you completely unlikable, and I ain't fucking with that, period. And then you making it seem like you this and that, but you working with people like April and Amina. You acting like you working with Angela Bassett or somebody like that. You working with Amina and fucking April. Like, just whatever. Quan was doing his spoken word. Now, Quan comes on our show on the 26th. Me and Jamar do an interview with him on the 26th. Like, a lot of people have explained exactly what happened with that comment that he made about y'all both dark, y'all both ugly, and all this other stuff. And now everybody wants to keep calling him a colorist. Every time he comes on the screen, he's Quan the colorist. And I really feel bad for him. I do. Only because of the fact that the way that everybody has explained this shit to me in Jamar, it makes me look at him in a different way. Alicia explained it the same way. Jeremy explained it the same way. Hershey explained it. D. Hawkins, everybody explained it. So it's more of an editing type of thing. And regardless of what he said, his spoken word was great, and it made a lot of sense. So at Hershey's house, Quan comes over, and Quan starts discussing his issues with Alicia and how he didn't like what she said and everything like that. And I just think that, you know, yeah, she made the comment about coke and stuff like that, and I know that Quan, you know, did coke at one point in time, which I never would have thought, because like I said before, me and Quan go all the way back. Like, me and Quan go way back. If you didn't know, Quan had a channel on YouTube called Quan's World. That was his channel. And we used to follow each other, and we used to shout each other out. That was way back in 2010 and 11 when I first started. This was before I even had 100 subscribers. Like, we was shouting each other out and all that stuff back then. So, I know him from way back when, but I think this whole situation with Alicia just need to be let go. All it takes is a conversation and y'all can squash it. And Jayla comes over, and then, you know, Quan and Hershey and Jayla, they start talking about what's happened with the pandemic, and Jayla said that she lost her job. She'd been living off her savings. She had to move to Vegas because it's cheaper and all this other stuff. And, you know, she was about to cry at a confessional, and I'm just like, oh, Jayla. You know what I do like about Chasing LA is that they are keeping it real about, at least some of them, are keeping it real about their struggles and the things that they're going through while they're chasing their dreams. When you look at Atlanta and when you look at Dallas, they don't keep it 100 about that shit a lot. They don't. They gotta be that girl all the time. Sometimes you're just not gonna be that girl. I don't feel like I'm that girl right now. I'm just out here doing my thing. I'm doing it the best way I can. But what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna sit up here and do what some of these girls do, is front for my camera and act like somebody that I'm not. What you see right now is what the fuck you get. That extra shit is what you fucking get. That animated shit is what you get. I talk with my hands all damn day. I speak like this all the time. I dress like this on a daily basis. If I want to get dressed up and get in the suit, I can do that. That's just what it is. I like people that are authentic. And when you're showing me that you're not, I can't fuck with you. That's why I like Jayla. Now, one thing that it got real serious when Hershey announced that he's now HIV positive, and that was like a powerful conversation. And I know that he's still dealing with it. I know people that have that are HIV positive. I never looked at them any differently. You know, people do try to use that as a read and shit like that. And you know, at this point in time, with the way that things have been going, it's no longer a death sentence. You can live a long, healthy life whether you're positive or not. You can be undetectable at points where you can take a HIV test and you won't even, and it'll come back negative. You have medicines, you have things of that nature, you have PrEP, you have medications that can keep your partner from contracting the virus. Like, there's ways to do it, and I'm glad that Hershey was gracious enough to share his story with us. I appreciate it. Then Andre and Ian gets ready for the little Valentine's Day mixer that they're having. And here's my thing with people. People don't like Ian. I actually enjoy Ian. Like, his voice don't match his face, but I enjoy Ian. Like, I do. I don't care how much helium he got in his voice. I enjoy Ian. I don't see what he's done for people to be dragging him so much, but I really do like him. Now, King Payne walks into the building, and I Can't Stand the Rain is playing. I don't care what Andre say. That shit was fucking shade. All that was shade. Why even have that shit on your playlist? It could have been a coincidence that he walked in while the song was playing. It could have been a coincidence. But why you even got it on your playlist? Like, why you even got that on the playlist for the party? Like, why? Why? You know what the fuck you doing. And my thing with it is, Andre goes from 0 to 100 real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. 0 to 100. Like, he just do too much. He very extra, and not in a good way. And he do too much, period. And then as he's doing the most, he kicks King Payne out. And after he kicked King Payne out, you know, Fran and Jeremy and D Hawkins are walking up. He starts venting to them about what had just happened with him and Andre and all of this other stuff. And, you know, normally all of us have been looking at, you know, King Payne like he the messy one, but Andre is really the messy one. Like, he getting all this shit going. And I'm starting to believe that he got that shit going at Hamburger Mary's, to be honest, with the way that he's acting. Because that attitude of his, I don't... Listen. So after all of that, King Payne and Andre, they arguing yet again. And I'm sorry, but I do think that Andre was being shady. I really do. I think that there was shade behind that whole situation. But these folks can't even come in and just sit down and be cordial for a second. They already fighting. Now, Andre and Alicia, they hug it out, which they should have done a long time ago. But still in all, I just felt like Andre just wanted to have a problem with Alicia, and that's just real shit. So when Jayla comes in, she hugs Ian, and then, you know, she mentions some comment, and then Ian is taken aback by it. Later on down the line, he vents to Andre about what Jayla said, and it's like some shit that he might have said that somebody told her that he said, and he felt like she was being shady. These girls don't do nothing but think everybody being shady, and then they always sit around here. It's either they think they being shady or they always throwing shade, so that's why they think they always being shady. Like dysfunctional ass group, I could never. Then King Payne and Quan get into it. I'm just trying to remember what the fuck they got into it for. Jayla starts bringing up this mess that happened with King Payne and Andre, and then Fran was mentioned. And my thing with Fran is, you say you non-binary, and Jayla nor Alicia knew that you were non-binary. Like, you give man all damn day. You give sissy, but you give man all damn day. So who would know that you're non-binary? No one would know. It's like, and the shit, like, Mariah Lynn just killed me. Mariah Lynn is friend. Like, Mariah Lynn just killed me with the bullshit. I always trying to get a moment. Like, girl, bye. Then Andre starts going off on everybody, calling everybody y'all bitches this, y'all bitches that. And then the next thing you know, Quan calls him out on that shit. Like, you are doing too much, my nigga. You're doing too much. And I'm just like, oh God, I'm ready. Like, child, I was rolling my eye. I'm like, can this shit be over with so I can go on and watch Growing Up Hip Hop? Because this shit getting on my nerves. Next week, we're going to see D. Hawkins and Jeremy get into it. As you all know, D. Hawkins and Jeremy both was on our channel, was on The Prelude this week, Sunday and Wednesday. They was on The Prelude, so child, watch them interviews because they were both shading shit out of each other. You going and as the season progresses, we may have them both back up on the show, child. Who knows? With that being said, child, this is my review on Chasing Atlanta. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. If you want to follow me on any type of social media, my Twitter and Instagram will be at the bottom. With that being said, you guys, your boy is signing out, and I'll talk to you later. Peace out.